Happy New Year! Wayne Grund here, founder of Surface. 2020, here we come.
I'm about to show the world and myself what I can do. Quick question to ask yourself, how'd you do on last year's goals? Or did you forget them by the end of January? What we'll do in our next 5 minutes is provide you with an online guideline of how you can truly plan number of guests, service per guest, hair care per guest, your guest rebooking, how are you going to grow your business next year? When you go to surfacehair.com and you go to professional login, you'll see the business support and you'll also see Surface University Education with actual certifications that you can take right online. Get ready to learn about your tools. Number one, there's 5-step business planning. The first step to setting your goals is knowing where you are. Here you'll find 2 forms. There's a salon and a stylist awareness form. They're self-assessments. It's very simple. 1 is low, 5 is high. It will take you maybe 2 minutes to go through and help identify where you think you're at. When you take a look at your low numbers, you'll go, gee whiz, I'd like to grow that, and identify one, just one, not more than that, one area that you really want to grow, your growth opportunity. Circle it. You'll find also here a sheet that identifies Surface education to support any area of growth in the salon. So now you know the education you got to work with. The next thing you'll see is a year's snapshot. On that snapshot, you'll be able to take the year and identify where you're at, identify the goals you want to achieve, but then even more importantly, what are the activities of education that you're going to do to help your dreams come true? You'll also identify on here what are the promotions and events, and you'll see that we provide that to you with number 3, the strategic roadmap. We show you at least 6 months in advance the upcoming promotions and help you plan properly for return on investment, or what we call ROI planning. We'll also identify the importance of coming here for your monthly game plans, learning on how you can talk to your guests and connect them with your promotions, and these will also have video links so you can see new techniques and such. And ultimately, as you're watching right now the Q1 Advocate video, every quarter we have advocate meetings live in areas, and we also have them online. You learn about new upcoming products and how to promote them. Become aware, have a year's snapshot of the goal, have your strategic roadmap for your goal, be supported with monthly game plans and quarterly advocate meetings. Let's take a quick look at some of the other tools that we have for you, waiting for you to use online. Number 1, this is the example of the Stylus Growth Assessment. When you take a look at this, it helps you think about where you're at and where you want to go. Take the time to print it as a salon owner, if you've got your team, to work through with each and every one of them right now so you can see where they want to go next year. Then you take a look at this opportunity sheet. You identify the area of your business you really want to grow. What education do you need? Then, this sheet, I love it. It condenses the thought process of where I am, how many stylists do I have, how many salon guests do we have, how many services a guest are we averaging, how many hair care units a guest are we averaging, what is my price range, and what is my goals? And then ultimately, let's do it real easy on one piece of paper. January, February, what are my promotions, what are my focuses, March, April, and so on. So on one piece of paper, you can have all of your plans together. Now, when you take a look at these, we've got one for salons and one for stylists. So your stylist can also identify, and just as a heads up, in November next year, we will be having another symposium from Surface, the Mind and Business Forum. Tremendous to be able to train the mind and business skills to support our technical skills. When looking at your year's snapshot, we provide you with a guideline to identify where should you be now in the industry and some guidelines of where you can get to. Number 1, we identify a beginning level stylist as someone who's been in the industry under a year. A core level is under 2 years, or a culture level is beyond 2 years. At the stylist level, a beginning level stylist should be averaging 1.25 services per guest and 0.5 retail items per guest. A core level should be 1.5 services a guest and 1 retail item per guest, and a culture level would be averaging 2 services per guest and 1.5 retail items per guest. When we identify this, it's quite simply the experience of identifying your guest needs and maximizing them. Now, when it comes to your guest book, we also have some guidelines. At a beginning level stylist, your goal is to be having one new request every day. That's somebody you've gone out and they're calling in to sit in your chair. Also, to work with a 50% rebooking process. Now, that's beyond salon guests, that's beyond advertising guests, that's a new request guest. At a core level, a good line to guide here is for every 10 request guests, you should still have one new request guest, and 60% of your people should be rebooked. At a culture level, you want one new request guest per 15 request guests and 70% rebooking level. The reason we put those percentages in that perspective is quite simply when your book is as full with regular guests, request guests, you don't have as much room for the new, but you still need the new to keep you fresh in there. Your hours of productivity as a beginning stylist, your goal is 50% of the hours that you're booked into the salon, you're actually behind your chair. A core level, 75% of your salon hours, you're actually behind your chair. And a culture, a minimum of 80%, you're actually behind that chair. Let's take a look at potential income on retail. Just averaging $30 of an average retail item and 6 guests a day. If you're a beginning level stylist and you're seeing 6 guests a day, and you're averaging a half of a retail item, that's $90 a day or $1,800 on a 20-day month. At a core level stylist of 1 retail item per guest, that's $180 a day or $3,000. And if you're a culture level experienced stylist, you're seeing 6 guests a day, 1.5 retail items per guest, that's $270 per guest or $5,400 in that 20-day month. Now, it leaves room for growth, I believe, for all of us. But when we know where we can go, we can do that much better of a job getting there. Number 3, please see this on our website as well. It's your goals, performance, and promotion guideline. This gives you a guideline how to best run your promotions, how to best run your planning basis of them, and also identifying your performance levels. When you take a look at your performance guide, you'll see that we do a real detailed explanation on those expected levels that you can achieve. And then the strategic roadmap. What this is, for example, you see here January to March 2020, these are all of our promotions. These are what you can focus on and ultimately leading you to education to support them. So now as I sit back and I take a look at my coming quarter, I don't have to just wait till the sales flyer to come out or a sales consultant to walk in. I can have a solid business plan. So when you take a look at the bottom left-hand corner on Q1, it identifies the area of our university and how you can go there, and you'll see the upcoming videos that support all those new items. The next thing is we talk of the ROI Planner, return on investment. What we do here is we identify what the promotion is, how many units per stylist you project selling, how many stylists you have, and it tells you how many to purchase. When you identify your projected sales minus your cost, that gives you your return on investment. And you can also use this to be able to set goals with the stylist or even goals for yourself within your salon. And that way you're not guessing when you're doing purchases into promotions. Your 2020 Salon Roadmap, we provide a blank for you to be able to take a look at with some suggestions on there. You can fill in this if you like this vertical map to take a look at. Your game plans, I believe they're so important. And what that is on a monthly basis, and if you're not getting it emailed right now, talk to your Surface Salon Growth Manager about getting you on our email list so you can send it out to your team to make sure that you're able to take a look at what's coming up and new. And most important, I love, is guest talk. And that's ideas on how to speak with our guests. For an example, the guest talk that we have now in November, December is ideas of the guest says, how many times you hear this as a stylist? How's your holiday shopping going? The guest says, close, but I don't know what to get my mom. What does a stylist say? Let me help you. Let me tell me a little bit about her hair, and we have great Surface gift box items. So quite simply, as we give you ideas on how to create that conversation, and the stylist quite simply saying, let me help you. Tell me a little bit about her hair. We have great Surface gift boxes. I know many salons, all of a sudden people open their list up and there's 4 or 5 people that they're buying from your gift boxes. And ultimately what you'll find here is the Q4 2019 webinar, the Q1 2020 that I'm doing right now, and always upcoming ones. So you can go on, you can take a look at the workbook, you can take a look at signage to print from within the salon. The business section here really gives you a guide to maximize your goals for the coming year. One other thing that I suggest that you go to is our financial awareness and performance coaching. Sad but true, after my 40 plus years in the industry, I've seen that so many successful stylists in their 40s or even their 50s do not have a solid retirement portfolio. If you want to see their wealth, you have to look in their closet or their driveway because they wear it better than anybody else in the world. I suggest that if we take a look at our financial planning and pay ourselves first, whatever your income is in a month, to take 10% of that aside for your long-term savings. And the only way to do that is to really have a good, what's my expenses, what is my income plan? And then on the right-hand side, you'll see a sheet that's called Performance Coaching. And whether you're a salon of 1 or you're a salon of 21 or 51, this is a great guide to identify what's important to you personally as an individual, and then also how in our industry that you can achieve them by better serving your guests. So the Financial and Awareness Performance Coaching is a tremendous tool for you to use as well. Surface You, www.vimeo.com/surfacehair. Now there's over 95 free educational videos at your fingertips, just like this one here. So please take the time at your leisure to continue to grow your base of education. We say keep your feet on the ground and reach for the stars, and we promise you that Surface can always be one of those steps in that ladder as you're climbing your ladder of success. My name is Wayne Grun, founder of Surface. Thank you so much for joining us today, and have an amazing Q1. Build the plan, work the plan.